Alhamdulillah, thumma salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala ahlihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is going to be the best copywriting video you are going to ever watch. But before we go in, let's watch this video together. So what are the lessons from this video? As you can see from the first image, the man was just telling us about his predicament. He was just telling us that I'm blind, please help. However, what we have in the right says it's a beautiful day and I can't see it. This difference marks the beginning and end of the whole of copywriting. If you're able to understand this, you'll be able to understand copywriting properly. The first one is just telling us about himself. But this second one is actually triggering emotion in us. He's telling us that, see, it's a beautiful day and I can't see it. Anyone that sees it, what is going to happen is that it's going to drive what? Compassion. It's going to trigger emotion in their heart and they'll pity him that, so this man can't see. And what will happen? They will pity him and it will cause them to what? To give him money. And that's what happened. This is what copywriting is about. Copywriting is about triggering emotions in people and causing them to take action. That is what copywriting is all about. You see some people, they are selling products, and when they want to advertise it, all they just say is, my product can do this, it can do this, it can do this, it can do this. You're just telling us facts. These facts is not what will make people buy. What makes people buy is emotion. So if you are selling AC, which is air conditioner, for example, you shouldn't just tell us that come and buy AC, my AC is 2 horsepower. No. Rather, you should say, come and buy comfort. What is the result that the person gets when he buys it? It's comfort. So tell them the result. What does it mean to the person that is buying it? Do you understand? So tell them, come and buy this comfort. Come and buy luxury. Because when you buy an air conditioner, it's one of the things that people use to show class in this part of the world. So you can tell them that what? Come and buy luxury. Come on, how will you say you have so money? How will you say you're a millionaire and you don't have AC in your apartment? Do you understand? How will you say you're a millionaire and you don't have AC in your office? Do you understand? What are we triggering? We are triggering emotion. We are telling them that this is the result that you are going to have when you buy this product. Do you understand what we are saying? And this is what copywriting is about. We are going to be triggering emotions to make people want to take action. That is copywriting. This is the beginning and the end of everything that you need to understand in copywriting. If you understand this concept very well, you would be able to make a lot of money in copywriting. Go to Facebook, just check the art library, you see how people are running their ads and you see their art copy. You see that what many of them are lacking good copies, and you see a lot of them that you can actually improve on just with this little information that you have. And there is numerous benefits, and there are lots of money to be made in copywriting. Let's now go into copywriting. Usually, when you hear copywriting, many people usually think it's copyright, and it's a different thing. For copyright, which is the one here, what is intended with it is have given people permission to a specific kind of content, whereby you say, okay, if you have something written, maybe you have an image or you have any content or written text, and you don't want anyone to use it other than yourself, or anyone that wants to use it should seek your permission. That is copyright. But in this case, what we are learning is different. It is copywriting. You can see that there's a difference. There's a W here. This one does not have a W. Do you understand? Copywriting. So copywriting is a combination of two words, copy and writing. So what is a copy? A copy is the text or an information written to trigger emotion, basically, to cause people to buy. That's what a copy is. It can be ad copy, it can be email copy. We are going to see through the different types. But basically, a copy is combination of words to trigger emotion for people to take a specific action. Do you understand? And writing, we obviously know what writing is. So copywriting is about what? Writing a copy. That is writing a text, writing words, putting words together that will trigger emotion, that will trigger actions from people to take specified actions that we want them to do. Do we understand? Now we understand the difference. Now, copywriting is written as a word. So you don't write it this way, copy and writing. No. The right way to write it is together, just as you can see, copywriting. Now, when we talk about copy, there are two types of copy. We have the long copy and the short copy. So the long copy are the ones that are long, obviously, and the short copies are the ones that are very brief and short. Now, what are examples of short copy? We have our ad copy, for example. That's an example of a short copy. That's like, for example, if you go to Facebook Ads Library, you can. That's an example. Let me just show you an example of what that looks like. So if you go to Facebook Ads Library, so if you go to Facebook Ads Library, so I will just search for maybe watch. Oh, sorry. Let me choose an ad category or ads. I'll search for maybe something like watch. So you can see this is an example of a copy. So this is an example of a copy. Limited time sale, get 25% off branded watches. All of this is an example of what a copy is. So this is a copy. Do you see it? And this is an ad copy. So that's basically what I'm saying. So we see copy everywhere. Another example is of a short copy is an email copy. So when you subscribe to someone's newsletter, they would send emails to you. The emails they're sending to you are copies, email copies, triggering you to take what action. The same thing as your social media posts. You see some social media posts, they are actually triggered to make you want to take a specific action. They are written to make you want to take some specific action. So it's also an example of a copy. Do you understand? The same thing with push notification. That's, for example, like those that have apps, that design apps. Do you understand? Push notifications, like your notification on your apps. Copy is used in those things. The way they present it, they'll present it to you so that it will attract your attention and it will make you to want to click. Do you understand? So the same thing with product labels. The products you buy, there are some products that you just see from afar, you might not want to buy. You just let me just even check it out. And when you go through it, you realize that you're already putting it in the cart. Why do you think it's happening? Copy is actually triggering emotion in you, and what you are actually taking action. So copy is used practically in every aspect of our lives. Whenever there's a need to buy or need for humans to take action, copies are used because we are emotional individuals, we're emotional beings, and we take actions based on emotion rather than logic. And that is the power of having the skill of copywriting. You can persuade people to take actions. You can persuade people to want to do different things, and they will do it willingly. So this is the power of it. So the same thing with business card. You can write things, you can write copy on your business card, and it's going to be what? And it's going to make people to want to contact you. Do you understand? The same thing with flyers too. The text written in flyers too, they are written what? With copies in them to make people to want to what? To take the action that the flyer is designed for. The same thing with SMS messages too. There are also copies that are written. The same thing with website banners too. Same thing with search ads. Also event invitation, whether it's a free event or a paid event, those event invitations that you see, they are written what? With copies. Do you understand that? So that you would want to what? You'll be willing to attend. And same thing with banners. So all of these are examples of what? Short copies. Now, for long copies, we have sales page. So the sales page is, for example, the page for those of us that have done e-commerce with us. That page where you have all the information of the product and all of that is a sales page. Now you can write that page such that it will trigger people to want to what to want to buy it, and they'll be begging. If you say that I don't have the product again, they'll be begging, please now, please now, please now. I want to buy this your product. Do you understand? You have used emotion, you've triggered emotion in them, and they are always longing for what it is that you've advertised. So this is a very, very powerful skill. The same thing with landing page. So a landing page about a specific product too, we use what? We use copies in them. The same thing with product description. So for product description that are usually very elaborate and long, like for example, if you go to Amazon, let's go to Amazon. So if you go to Amazon.com, for example, so if you go to Amazon.com, all of this, once you click on a product, this that you see is what is copy. Do you understand? If you click on any product, they are written to want you to want to buy. This is an example of a copy, a long copy. You can see. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all of these are examples of what? Copies. The same thing with VSL, video sales letter. So a video sales letter is, sometimes you would have visited a website and all you just see is just a video, and whereby that it could be a 1 hour long video, a 30 minutes long video, whereby they'll be explaining and saying something. The person talking is writing to a script that what has been guided by the principles of copywriting to make you what want to take an action. Do you understand? The same thing with case studies, whereby when you have success stories, you ask those that have seen positive results, you talk to them as to how they were able to achieve those successful results. Those things are from copies, because when people see that, okay, someone else is doing what I'm about to do and the person is getting the results they are promising, what's going to happen? They will want to take the action. Do you understand? The same thing with white papers too. They are also written with what? Copies in them. So to grab attention and to what? Make people take an action. So copies are everywhere. And if you're not using copies in any of all of these things, you are missing out a big deal. Do you understand? Or let's say you're just having a poor copy. Do you understand? Because they are all just copies, basically. So the same thing with webinar registration pages, the same thing with market research reports, the same thing with proposals. You're writing proposals for customers. There has to be a strong emotion in it. There are formulas you will use to make the person that is reading the proposal feel that this is the person I want to work with. You have an investor pitch deck. Where is the copy in it? Do you understand? All of these are examples of long form copy structured towards making those we are talking to what? To achieve or to take a specified action. The same thing applies with product brochure. So if you see a broker and you are looking at it and at the end of the day you find yourself looking for your phone to want to call the number behind or with the information at the back of the broker, it's because what? Someone has thought it through and has used the principles of copywriting to close you. Do you understand? The same thing even with your user manual. When you buy a new product, do you understand? The user manual, when you go through it, all of these, copy is being used in it. So all of these are examples of long form copy. What I'm just trying to say is that when we're talking about copywriting, so that you just understand, they are everywhere. Copywriting is everywhere. The products you buy detergent, you buy soap. Just when you understand what copywriting is, when you now look at all of these products, you will see them clearly that, wow, copywriting has always been everywhere. Do you understand? I just didn't see it. So now that we understand all of this, we now need to understand what the elements of copywriting are, or elements of a copy are, rather. So what are the elements of a copy? The first element is the hook. If you've watched the Upwork training, the Upwork account training, then you shouldn't be new to the hook. So the hook is that thing that what grabs attention. Do you understand? The goal of a copywriter is that he's going to say something, is going to do something that will trigger the person that is viewing in the audience attention to look into it. And once he sees that thing, it's going to trigger another one to make him read the next line. And it's going to trigger him to read the next line. And it's going to trigger him to read the next line until it does the final action. Do you understand? As a copywriter, you are going to be triggering their emotion to what? To want to go to the next line, go to the next line, go to the next line, go to the next line. A poor written copy is the one that would have just the last action in mind alone. Rather, what you should do is what? You should what? Grab their attention and what? Continuously what? Engage them to want to continue, to get to the very last place where they take the action. Do you understand? Another element is what is called the pain point, the problem statement. So the problem statement is basically addressing the problem that audience is facing. Do you understand? Addressing making them feel understood, making them understand that this pain that you feel, I know it. Do you understand? This distress, this discomfort you feel, I understand it. I've been there before. So you should state the problem. So the person feels like, wow, this person knows this problem. He knows that I'm actually facing this thing. So if he says he has a solution to it, it's most likely that it's going to work because he doesn't have that problem any longer. So this is one of those things. So we state the pain point categorically. Do you understand? So another one is what? Angles. So we should bring angles to products. So I'm just mentioning all of this. These are different elements that are actually used when we're talking about writing a copy. So, or utilizing copy. So I'm just going to be explaining all of them. So when we talk about angles, what we're talking about is the marketing angle. Do you understand? Sometimes when you say your product is actually fatigue, what is happening is just probably you are not giving it a proper marketing angle. Just as I've said regarding the air conditioners. Now for AC, you can just say, hey, I'm selling air conditioner. Well, yes, you're selling air conditioner. Nobody's going to want to buy it because you're selling air conditioner. Do you understand? But when you bring the results and you look at it with an angle and like, how can you say you are a businessman and you don't have an AC in your office? How do you expect people to trust you with their money and you don't even have common AC in your office? Now that's a marketing angle. So you are coming from the angle of being what? Trusted, from being at least from meeting up with the minimum standard. So that's an angle. Do you understand? Another angle could be from the angle of comfort. Do you understand? Another angle could be from the angle of when you have AC in your office, it can double or triple your efficiency. Have you ever wondered why the bankers are never tired working from morning to night and you just woke up to 12 o'clock? Do you understand? And you're already tired. That's another angle. Do you understand? And we are talking about ACs now. Do you understand? So basically, what I'm just trying to say is that angles are also from the elements that are used when we talk about a copy. Another thing is what? Emotional appeal. So you can use something that is appealing to the emotion, something that will trigger the emotion, just like the one we saw in the video. That video shows what? A blind man. However, he's telling people that he's blind, but nobody cares about the fact that he's blind. But when it was written that what? It's a beautiful day, yet I can't see it. Do you understand? So that statement triggered an emotion. And what's the emotion? Compassion. And what happened? It made people to recall and to think back and reflect like, I could actually not be able to see this beautiful day. Or what a pity. And what happened? It caused people to what? Want to give him. So this is the power of an emotional appeal. Also, from the things a copy should have, or copies usually have, is solution. And this usually goes with the pain point. You don't create a problem statement and leave it without a solution. No, don't ever do that. Do you understand? So you must give a solution, and the solution is going to be what you have to offer. It will be linked to what you have to offer. Do you understand? You must always give a solution. When you create a problem and you make people see the problem, you should also be able to create what? A solution. Another element of a copy is what? Features. The features of that product or service or thing you are trying to sell to the person. So it's also from the elements that we use when writing a copy. So another one is what? Benefits. The benefits that they get, the immediate benefits they get from actually getting that product or service or whatever it is we're selling to them. So another element is unique selling proposition. And that is basically what makes it unique. What makes that product, that service stand out from the others. So what's that unique thing about it? Do you understand? So this is also from the things we actually present, and that gives that gives our copy an edge, and it makes people to want to buy. We have to state all of these things clearly. When you state your unique proposition and you are telling people why, they don't know why yours is better than any other person's one. So if you are telling them that this is the reason, so and so reason is why mine is better, and if you don't buy my own, you will never ever get this thing that my own has. Do you understand? Another one is value proposition, and this has to do with clearly stating the value provided. Go High Level use that on their website. Let me see if I can go to their website and show you that. That's with respect to the value proposition. So if you go to gohighlevel.com, so if you go to gohighlevel.com, you would see that here, where is it? Yes, this is a value proposition. You can see what Go High Level is saying. Go High Level is telling you that for this amount, this is $297, do you understand, per month, you can actually do away with all these softwares for 7,000. So that is the value proposition. They are telling you that you don't need to spend $7,000 any longer. Rather, you only need to spend $297. This is the value of what we are presenting to you. Do you understand? You are getting this, you are getting this, you are getting this, you are getting this, you are getting this. So you need to tell people the value of what you are presenting to them. The value of this is what this is, what this is, what this is, what this is, what this. So when you present that value, the value of what you are offering them, it makes them realize that, okay, so this thing is this valuable. So, and they won't know if you don't tell them. You don't assume they know, you should state it. And it's from the very core elements of of our copy. So let's continue. So also, social proofs. Social proofs are very, very powerful elements. And what we mean by social proofs are testimonials, reviews, case studies. They are very, very powerful because human beings by nature, we don't like to be the first to do things. So when we see that, and we are people that like to follow the trend. So when we see that I'm not the only one doing this thing, and person A has done it and he has gotten results, person B has done it, he has gotten results, person C has done it, he has gotten results. So it's not like, do they have 2 heads? I can do it too. So, but when he sees that nobody has done it, I know I can't be the scapegoat. But so this social proof is a very, very powerful element in a copy. Also, another element are what are called trust signals. We're talking about certificates, we're talking about awards, all of these things that show authority. They're also what from the elements of a copy. Now, also we have guarantee. So guarantee is like, if anything happens, don't worry, I have your back. Do you understand? Like, okay, if you buy this product for me, even if it spoils in the next 1 month, don't worry, I'll give you another product. Do you understand? So you don't have anything to fear. In fact, I'm sure it will not spoil. But even if it spoils for any reason, don't worry, I'll give you another one. Do you understand? This is a guarantee. What will it do? The person that wants to buy it, his mind will be at rest that, okay, this is actually a product that is good. And even if anything happens to it, I'm going to get another one. So do you understand? So that's what a guarantee is. So the next one is risk reversal. Risk reversal is a very, very powerful element of a copy, in the sense that usually it even pushes people to even take even greater actions. Like, for example, you can tell someone that, don't worry, let's say you are selling a course, for example, that is worth $100. You are not telling the person that, see, if you should buy this course and implement everything in the course, and you don't make $1,000 in the next 1 year, I will give you $10,000. Look at that. So it makes the person think like, wow. So it means that it's either I make $1,000, even if I don't make the $1,000, this person is promising me what? $10,000. That is risk reversal. So it means like there's no way it happens. It's still going to be a win-win for me. Do you understand? So this is also from the elements of a copy that are very powerful. Another one is objection handling. Objection handling are the excuses people give for not taking the action. So what you want to do is you want to emphasize, you want to foresee those excuses. And what do? You trash out each of those excuses. You trash them out totally. Such that before they even think of the excuse, you have already brought the excuse to them and you have already told them that this is why it is not an excuse. This is why it is not an excuse. I know you are going to think of this. This is the solution to it. This is objection handling. Before they come, you have already trashed it out. Do you understand? Another one is scarcity. So scarcity is limiting the availability of a good or service. So, for example, now if you are selling a product, you can limit the availability. It's not about lying. You're not going to be lying here. Do you understand? So there are ways you can use scarcity without lying. Do you understand? So it's basically trying to limit the availability of a product. Now, okay, for example, now you're selling a course. You're now saying that for this course, because a lot of people need it, I can only be available to sell it to 100 people, because if I sell it to more than 100 people, I might not be able to attend to them and their needs. So I only have 100 slots. And realistically, you have 100 slots. So it's not about line. Though ideally you might be able to take in more people, but considering the resources and the infrastructure you have, you might not be able to handle them. Do you understand? And if after you sold 100, you now have enough money to be able to cater for more people, do you understand? You can consider that. But what I'm just trying to say basically is that for scarcity is about limiting the supply such that the demand exceeds the supply, and people will always be raising their hands. I want. The next one is urgency, and it's limiting the time. Urgency has to do with time. Scarcity has to do with the supply. Urgency has to do with time. So for urgency, we are talking about between so and so period. This is only going to be available between so and so period, and after that period, it's no longer going to be available, because there's a short time period that is going to be available. You see people trying to take action. Those that don't have money will borrow money and they will repay it because of urgency. But if there's no urgency, they're like, I'll do it when I have money, and that I will do it might never ever come. So another very powerful element is storytelling. There's a popular marketing term: facts tell, stories sell. So when you tell stories, you are able to grab more attention, you're able to pass your message better, and your message stays for longer. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used storytelling a lot in the Quran to pass a lot of message to us and words of wisdom. And this is also a very core aspect and element of writing a copy. And the last and one of the most important aspect is a call to action. You don't drive emotions without asking them to do something. You must direct them to take an action. And that action is what is called a CTA, a call to action, a clear call to action. You must always do that. So we have numerous copywriting formulas. Do you understand? And I'm going to show you through all of them. But the first two are the most common of them. And I want you to actually pick those first two and pick any other two that resonates with you. Do you understand? You don't need too much to thrive. In fact, many of the big brands don't use more than the first two most times. So, but I want you to pick the first two alongside any other two that resonates with you and study them. So I'm going to be explaining all of that in a bit. So the first one is AIDA, and that means, so we have attention, interest, desire, and action. So that is it. So for pass, so we are going to bring the problem, agitation, and then solution. Then for fab, it's going to be features, advantages, and what benefits. For 4Ps, it's going to be promise, so picture, the proof, and you push. So pap is problem. You're going to mention the problem. You're going to cause agitation, and you're going to promise. So for quest, you're going to qualify, you understand, then you educate them, you stimulate them, and you then cause a transition. So the next one is BAB. So before, after, and the bridge. That's, you're going to tell them where they are at now presently, then where they want to be, and you present yourself as the bridge between those two. The 4Cs is clear, concise, compelling, credible. So all of these are basically formulas. They are all formulas that are available and accessible to every one of us online. If you go to YouTube and you just input any of all of these copywriting formulas, you will see numerous content, numerous videos explaining it in depth. So for the ninth one is grab, gain attention, raise interest, arouse desire, and benefit. Then the last of them is save, solution, advantages, value, and evidence. All of these are different formulas, and all of these formulas are how we use all of those different elements to actually craft a copy that is going to be engaging, that is going to cause people to do what we want them to do. So just as I've said, we're just going to pick the first two and any other two that interest us, and we're going to go deep into it. You go to YouTube, you watch a lot of videos, you try to implement all of those, and you read a lot about it. But I'm going to be showing you examples of all of these different ones very soon. So of using all these formulas. So let me show you that now. So you can see, accept all. So this is it. So these are the formulas. So, and you see them in action. So all of the formulas. So you can see this is the AIDA. So, and you see it in action with examples. So you can go through, I'm going to drop the link to this so that you can go through each and every of them with examples, and wherever goes well or synchronizes well with your other than the first two, you can also pick them and you go deeper into it. So you just need to watch a few YouTube videos. Even with these examples, you see a lot of insights. For copywriting, it's more of an art rather than you seeing people doing it. It's more of an art that requires you to practice, because the principles are very, very simple. But what you would need is to see people doing it, that's seen a lot of examples. And that's why as a copywriter, you must always pay attention to whenever you see an ad, or you see a post that has a lot of engagement, you should ask yourself, why is this post having engagement? Or you see a post that a lot of people like, do you understand? Or you see an ad that people are engaging a lot with, you should ask yourself, what is it? Is it the hook? What is it? What is the structure? What is the strategy used here? Is it the hook that is working here? Or is it the scarcity that is working here? What are the elements that are in this? So you should always observe, go through sales pages and all of that. So I'm going to explain all what you're going to be doing, but basically I'm going to attach the link to the resource document, so that anytime you need to go through each of them in depth, you would be able to see them with their examples. So now, what are the fastest way to master copywriting? The first one is to pay attention. If you are not someone that pays attention to details, you can't be a master in copywriting, you must pay attention to details. You must pay attention to all forms of ads. Whenever you see an ad, whether it's a text ad, an image ad, video ads, all of those things that you see on Facebook, pay attention to them and ask yourself what actually what costs you to what to stop. You can be scrolling, just say, you are attracted to this image. Why am I attracted to this image? Look at the element. Look at what element of the copy actually played that role, because that's what will be giving you insight and giving you experience into it. It's everywhere. All you need to do is just pay attention. The second thing is you must study all forms of posts that go viral. So whenever you see any post going viral, do you understand, in terms of views or comments and shares, look at how it is structured. What's the hook like? What's the delivery? How did they deliver it? What's the call to action? What is it that is triggering what the emotions in people, that is making people to what to respond and engage with this post. Also, you need to ponder on how big brands present their ads, their landing page and videos, etc. So you need to look into it. Go to apple.com, go to samsung.com, go to those big brands, check out their website, look at how they are presenting their ads. Go to Facebook and check out how they are presenting the ads. I've shown you how to use Facebook Ads Library. Do you understand? Go there and go and check it out. Go to Google too and go and check it out. Just check out how big brands are presenting their ads. Look at their landing pages, look at their videos, look at it very well, and you see different elements. Go to Amazon and read the product description of the best-selling products on Amazon. Let me show you something like that now. Now, for example, if you go to Amazon now, so when you are on Amazon, so now on Amazon, if you just scroll down, you see bestseller. You can see bestseller, kitchen and dining. All of these bestseller items, if you click on them, check their copy out. Look at what they are doing right. Do you understand? Look at it. Go through it. Do you understand? Go back again. You check bestsellers in different things and you check out what it is they are doing right with their copies. Bestseller, kitchen and home. You check it out again. You check out their copy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm just trying to basically say is that you check it out. What are the elements of a copy that are actually going on in all of these places. So the beautiful thing about copywriting is that you have so many resources to study with. You just need to look around and you just start seeing a lot of copywriting around you. So another thing is that you should subscribe to top marketers email. So people like Neil Patel. So you should subscribe to them. Russell Brunson, Alex Amosi, Dan Locke. All of these people, just search for their names on Google and you subscribe to them. So if you search for Neil Patel. So this is Neil Patel. So you can see this is his website and you just subscribe. So this is Neil Patel's website. This is Neil Patel himself. So you subscribe to him, to his channel. So the same thing with Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson is the owner of ClickFunnels. So you just need to check for ClickFunnels. So you just need to go to ClickFunnels and you subscribe for ClickFunnels. Once you subscribe for ClickFunnels, you can also get into his funnel. The same thing with Alex Amosi. What is this? Is just search for Alex Amosi. So Alex Amosi. So this is it. So he has a YouTube channel. He has written a book. So basically, so just subscribe to them and follow them on social media, on YouTube. Subscribe to their email list. So also you follow them on YouTube, Twitter, and so on all their social media platforms. You are going to see a lot of insights. They always drop a lot of insights because these people that I've mentioned, they are always willing to teach others. So once you're in their community, you would gain a lot of value. I've learned a lot from them, and we're still learning from them. So also, you should read on how to use these elements and formulas. There are a lot of content online. There are a lot of content on YouTube. For example, just that first formula, just search it on YouTube and just look at how to use it. Even the blog post I said I'm going to attach, when you just go through it, you start getting a basic idea of everything and you see the one that goes well with you. And once you pick it, you just realize it's something so very interesting and very powerful. So another thing you can do is go to Facebook Ads Library and you study ad copies and landing pages. So when you get to the Facebook Ads Library, you check out the ads copies there and you see how they have crafted it. I think I made an example of that for you too before. The same thing with adstransparency.google.com. So ads transparency is similar to Facebook ads library. So let's go to ads transparency. Transparency. So ads transparency, not ad. I made a mistake there. Ads transparency. Ads transparency.google.com. So this is it. Ads Transparency Center. So this is Google's Ads Transparency. So usually what I like to do is I will go to YouTube first, because that way I will see their domain, because usually it will request for you. So I've not searched much here. So just search for anything. So let me search for copywriting now. So once you search, so you would see, look at this. This is likely to be for Grammarly, if I'm not mistaken. So if you click on visit site, it should show you. Okay, you can see it's Grammarly, grammarly.com. So you just copy this Grammarly's domain here, copy, and you come back here and you paste it. You click on it. So it's going to show you all the ads that Grammarly, you can see Grammarly's ads win with your essay. You can see their ads. If you click on see all ads, you see how top brands, look at how they are running their ads, the kind of ads, how they are. And now that you already understand the elements of a copy, you start seeing it in play. You can see. So that's why I said it's everywhere around you. You just need to look. So you can see. So this is Grammarly. If I come back here to YouTube again and I scroll down, this is also another ad. Let me see. Visit site. Let me see. This is cider.ai. If I copy this, copy it here. Let's go back here. Let's delete this. Let's paste it. So this is cider.ai. You can see. So these are top brands running ads. So if you see all ads, you see how they are running their ads. Do you understand? So what I'm just trying to see basically is you would see a lot of copies even with what Google, just where you can see with Facebook. So you can see how their copies are being written. So let's go back to what we're saying. So basically what I'm just trying to say is do study a lot of copies. That's the way you get it. So what are the fundamental principles for success as a copywriter? The very first and most important rule is you must learn the rules like a pro. You must learn the rules like a pro. You must dig deep into the rules. All of these things we are showing you, go deep into it. Learn it deeply. Do you understand? When you are able to learn each of them, you don't need to learn all the 10. You just need maybe 3 or 4. And that's what I've said before. But all those 4 that you know, learn them deeply. And when you're able to do that, it will be easy for you to break them like an artist, because you already know why this is here, why this is here. Okay, if I remove this and I add this here and I put this element here, it will give me this reaction. Do you understand? The only way you are going to be able to make such decisions is only when you have what? When you have learned it deeply like a professional. And that's what we need from you. Do you understand? We need you to go in deep into it and you learn it. It's just there's no other way around it. Do you understand? There's no amount of spoon feeding we can give to you that will equate you actually getting your hands dirty and getting things done. So for the sake of Allah, copywriting is very fun and interesting. And the fun is in actually getting your hands dirty. Go around, look at all what these people are doing. Start comparing and contrasting. You'll find it to be fun and engaging. So these are very important. So the very first thing is that we should use Grammarly Chrome extension. So when we are trying to create our copy to avoid any grammatical error. So the second thing is that unlike blog, you can actually steal when writing a copy. But the best thing is to hack, is to understand the reason behind that engagement. If you see a post that is performing exceedingly well, you can just steal it and just copy it and adjust it a bit and use it for yourself. But if you don't understand the reason why that post is being engaged, do you understand? You will forever remain dependent on it. And the very moment that post, that ad that you're copying wears out, what happens? You're gone. You're going back to square one. So that's why it's very essential for you to understand the hack. And that's why we explained all of these elements in details, so that you will be able to understand and you'll be able to look at it that, oh, it is because of the hook and the call to action. or it's because of the delivery here, or it's because of the use of scarcity here, or it's because of this or this or this or this, that these elements that are used here that is making this what, that is making this ad actually perform, that is making this creative actually outstanding, and you'll be able to reuse it and re-engineer it by yourself. So, and another very essential thing is that you should use Google Docs to write. So just like our blogging, you should write with your Google Docs, and you should write every day. Practice make perfect. The beautiful thing about copywriting is what, is that you can always because you can do a lot. You can just always, there's a lot to practice with. You can just keep on practicing, and within a very short time, if you continuously do this thing for a week, you will see a great difference. Even in your interaction with people, you will start realizing that okay, you can actually even convince people to do things easily. So this is the power of copywriting. So, and you should learn every day. There are a lot of things to learn. YouTube is your friend. Learn. There are a lot of free things for you to learn on YouTube. Learn from YouTube. It is the world's largest resource of knowledge. Make use of it, and take advantage of it. Read every day. You're a writer. So see what people are doing, observe their creatives, observe what people are writing, observe what other ad copies, observe sales pages, observe landing pages. Look for ways of making them better. Okay, that this landing page, if I wanted to make it better, what are the things that I did wrong? What can I do better? So I'm going to be giving you some daily activities that you should be doing. The first is that you should rewrite 5 or more ads, long and short. You should rewrite them. Look at them and write them by yourself. That okay, this ad I want to rewrite it. How do I rewrite it? I want to do this. I want to rewrite it, and you try to rewrite it by yourself. The second thing is you should compare and contrast. So whenever you write, maybe you see an ad, you rewrite it by yourself. Then you should compare and contrast it yourself, and you should also show people that okay, between this and this, what action will you take after reading this? Okay, and this one, which one of them engages you more? Which one of them do you think would is more persuasive in the two of them? So let people see what you've done. Do you understand? And one of the most important things is that you should network with like-minded people. You're an average of your companionship. So network with like-minded people, share ideas with them, share your works with them, let them criticize it, let them advise you on it, and that way growth would not be far from us. So also read 100 Million Offers by Alex Amuzi. This, if you read this book, you would learn zillions. So 100 Million Offers by Alex Amosi. Read it and you would find a lot of benefits about copywriting. You would never remain the same. Also read a book with Sell Like Crazy by Sabri Subi. So you should also read that book. So these books, you can actually buy them here locally in Nigeria on Gigi or on Konga or in Jumia. And if you want to download them online, you can also download them online. They are available for download online. So now that we understand all of that, so we're going to be discussing the framework whenever you want to write a ad. You want to write a copy. What's the framework that you're going to use when you want to write a copy? So the very first and most important thing is that you should research similar topics in the niche. So you want to write a copy regarding a specific niche, regarding a specific topic, regarding a specific product. The very first thing is that you must have a base knowledge about it. If you don't understand, if you don't know what you are advertising, then there's no way you can actually write a good copy. So the very first thing is for you to understand what you're writing about, and you should study them. And one of the fastest ways to study them is to look for who or those that are actually advertising that same product or similar product. So if you find someone, you want to actually write a copy regarding a specific product, look for people that are actually writing copies regarding that specific product. You will find a load sum of information regarding that product, and you would learn about it within a very short time. Now, once you've gotten your information, you have your resources available to you. The very second thing you need to do is to decide on what formula you want to use and what elements you want to use with your formula. So this is the second one. So, and once you've decided on the formula and the elements, and you know that normally you would have what you practice with. So from those maybe 3 or 4 that you have that you always use, you just pick one of them and you now use it to create your own version of it. Then the third one is what you should give your outline to ChatGPT to get an output using role prompt. I'm going to be showing you all of this myself too. We're going to be doing it together, but I'm just showing you the framework. So, and that is that role prompts basically means that you are going to tell ChatGPT to assume it's a copywriter with 20 years of experience, and has worked with big companies like Amazon. Do you understand? Like Amazon, like Facebook, like, do you understand? And you now tell it that, okay, assuming you have 20 years of experience in copywriting and you have worked with the biggest brands like Amazon and Facebook and Google, I want you to now write, do you understand, this ad copy, and you now give it the information you want to give it. I'm going to be showing you everything practically. So, and the last thing is when you now have the results from your chat GPT, then you now take it in addition to what you have from your competition, and then you write your own unique copy for your clients, or even if it's for practice. So that's it. The stages are similar to that of the blog. So the difference is basically that in this case you are not playing around with keywords. Do you understand? So that's the major difference. But the idea is similar. And in this case, also, you are going to be using formula and elements. So that's just the difference. So, inshallah, I'm going to be showing you how to do that. We'll pick a copy, a quick copy, and I'm going to be showing you how we're going to be doing everything, how we're going to be writing it and everything, and we'll come up with our final result. So before we start practically, I just want to rephrase the stages. The stages are just like three stages. So the first stage has to do with checking what our competition is doing. So we'll get insights, we get ideas, we'll get hooks, we get everything from there. Then the second stage is for us to now try to write out something and decide on the kind of formula and the kind of elements we want to use for our copy, and thereafter we're now going to use ChatGPT to further strengthen it, and we'll now make final edits and we'll be good to go. So that's what we want to do. So for the first part, which has to do with searching what other people are doing, I have an ulcer product in mind. I actually don't have any ulcer one specific, so I'm going to actually just check for products they are selling on Facebook, and I'll just pick one of them and we'll use it as an example for the purpose of this training. So let's go to Facebook ads library. Okay, so facebook.com/ads/library. So now we're on Facebook ads library. So we scroll down here. So we click on all ads and we search for ulcer. Okay. Over 1,300. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to pick a product first. Let me just look for one product that has to do with ulcer. Let me see. I think this one is talking about ulcer. Let's look for one product. Let me see. This is not ulcer. This is a wide range of products. It seems most of them are not active. Let me just turn off this active filter. So let's search for an ulcer drug that we want to promote. Let me just quickly search for one. Let me see. This one's a leptin. It's so pylori. Something like that. Okay. So this, I think this has to do with it, but it's not a specific product. This one is to their DM. Let me see. I'm just looking for a product. Okay, I think this is a product. I just want to have a name of a product because we need the name of a product we're promoting. I just want to get one. So once we have it, then we would just assume that's our product that we want to promote. Okay. So this is a product. Okay, good. So the name of the product is Cure Ulcer, CUR Ulcer. So that's what we're going to be using. Now, so we're now going to come back here. So now that we have a product, so the name of the product want to use is Cure Ulcer. This name, Cure Ulcer. So now let's just assume that this is the product we wanted to promote. Now we'll just come to ads library to search for ulcer, just to see things around ulcer. And what we want to do is we want to just get ideas of how people are promoting generally health drugs, because it doesn't necessarily have to even be ulcer. The goal is just to get ideas and get in fresh ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a Google doc.new, and so anyone I find intriguing, I'll just put it here. And after that, we're going to use it to create our own. So, you know, anyone suffering this, this is not so catchy. Go on. What to do as an ulcer patient? What to do as an ulcer patient? Yeah, I like this kind of. Let me copy this. I like this. Don't buy any ulcer drug until you read this. I like this. Being overworked and stressed are likely. So let's copy this. I like this hook. Okay. Let's go back. So we'll just be going around and we'll just go around and see what they are saying. How to lose stubborn fat. How to lose stubborn fat. Join stubborn for fat, for losing weight. Okay, I like this. Imagine a life where every bite doesn't feel like a betrayal, but where your stomach isn't as it wasn't. Okay, I like this copy. What they used here. Let me see if I can say another thing I like. Again. Okay. So you can see that I'm just copying and pasting just to get ideas into what other people are doing. We'll come back again to Arts Library and continue. So we just search and see what people are doing. So let me pause the video and I'm going to populate the ideas I like, and I'm going to continue it after that. So I'm done with it. So I was able to copy this. So I got some ideas from it. So one of the ideas I got from this one that I saw was something about omeprazole and the fact that they used omeprazole all the time, and they used a bit of storytelling. So I wanted to use that. So and for the formula I wanted to use the past formula whereby I will state the problem, the agitation, and then the solution. So I used a hook. So I said Google lied. So and the idea came from the fact that if you search for ulcer drugs, you can see omeprazole is one of those ulcer drugs. So the idea came from the fact that I saw this omeprazole, and you understand what I'm saying. So and that's the advantage of actually just checking out what people are doing. You can just spark different ways that you can actually present it. So Google lied. I googled for ulcer drugs, and the answer I got was omeprazole. I have battled ulcer for years and used dozens of omeprazole and yet no results. Days of agony, nights of excruciating pain, yet no results. As if that was not enough, I can't eat those meals I crave for. Else, what awaits me is torture. So this is the problem statement. So and that's the first part, which is the problem. So thereafter, we now went on to say what I jumped from one hospital to the other, private and government, in search of a lasting cure, but all to no avail. This is the agitation. So you're agitating about the problem. Then, this was my predicament until I got to know of this life-changing ulcer drug called Cure Ulcer. Do you see it? So, and this is what the solution. So it's the pass that we used. So you can see it. This one, pass, problem, agitation, and solution. And the elements we use, from the elements we use the storytelling, as we can see obviously. The most surprising thing about this drug is that it took me 7 days to cure to be ulcer free. So, and I got that 7 days from here. 7 days treatment. You can see in 7 days. Today, ulcer is history for me. This is the story of one of our customers, and he is just one of our numerous customers all over Nigeria. You can see there are very limited amounts of cure ulcer drug because of the scarcity of the herbs used to make it. I can't assure you the product will be available next time. So we are trying to create what scarcity. Do you understand? Make sure you seize this opportunity. Do you understand? So we are infusing scarcity and urgency together. Remember, opportunity comes but once. Click learn more to check if it's still available. So we are re-emphasizing the scarcity. Go and check if it's still available. So this is an example of a copy. And look at where we started from. Just checking out what people have written, what people have written, what people have written, and we're able to create something like this. So now that we have created this, I told you that we'll first go to check what people are doing, and based on that, we'll write what we have. So now that we have what we've written now, we're now going to be using ChatGPT to further modify it. So I'm going to be going to ChatGPT now. So chat.openai.com. So I'm going to write the prompt, and once I'm done writing the prompt, I'm going to explain what the prompt is all about. So I'll pause the video now, and once I'm done with it, I'll explain it. So I have my prompt ready. So we said that we should use the role prompt. So, and that is what I did here. You can see I said I want you to assume the position of a copywriter with 20 years of experience, and you have worked with the biggest brands like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. So thereafter, I told you that I want you to write a Facebook ad copy for my ulcer supplement called Cure Ulcer. So that's the name of the supplement we are writing the copy for. So I told it the formula. You'll be using the past formula, and I want you to use a hook, pain point, solution, scarcity, risk reversal, pain. There's a mistake here. Risk reversal. There's no need for this. Storytelling and guarantee as elements of this copy. Mention one or two possible objections and handle them strategically with super convincing points. Ensure this copy is very engaging. So I'm setting the tone, interesting, and most importantly, triggering emotions in each paragraph. So I want it to trigger emotions because we want it to actually trigger emotions so that people will take action. So here is the one I wrote. So I now give it that one that I wrote, that Google line that I wrote here. So this is it. So I'm going to ask it to now work on this. So let's do that now. So I'll pause the video, and once it's done, I would continue. Okay, so let's go through what it said. They told you it was your only option. After years of suffering, I turned to Google. It led me to Impressor. I tried. Well, for me, I still feel that what I wrote is actually better than this. So, and it sometimes happen like that. So, it's been a while I have been into copywriting. So sometimes you would ask it to modify it, and it would give you something that is very better and wow. And sometimes it might not be so wow. It will be okay, but it's not just going to be something that is so wow. So for me, I will still just stick with the one I wrote. So, but basically, we already understand the whole framework, and you can see that how we did it one after the other. The first thing is that we have to obviously know what you want to promote, and that's why we went to the website to check out the product and to see what it's all about. And thereafter, we're able to then go and check for ideas from other people on Facebook, what ads they are running, and we were able to get insights. And based on that, we were now able to get even more ideas, and we're able to create a copy around it. So this is how you create a copy. And just as I've said, this is like an art. The more you practice, the better it becomes. The more you practice, the better it becomes. So you just need to make sure that you keep on practicing until it becomes second nature to you. So we ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses our efforts. So take on the challenge, start practicing, start writing copies. Look for copies around you and recreate them. Look for copies around you and recreate them. And before you know it, you're already having very nice copies. So as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses our affairs, and it makes it better understood than said. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nash'adu an la ilaha illa ant, wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.